You ever hear about those so-called lost episodes of The Simpsons? You know, the kind of creepy urban legends people whisper about like there's some forbidden treasure? Yeah, I thought those were just silly rumors until I found one. Except it wasn't treasure. It was the biggest steaming pile of lazy, half-baked garbage anyone could ever dare to call a TV episode. I'm talking about an episode so devoid of anything resembling entertainment that it made me want to smash my TV and set the whole house on fire. This so-called lost episode doesn't even have a plot, no jokes, no antics, just 20 excruciating minutes of the Simpsons family sitting around drinking coffee. That's right, coffee, for 20 minutes. I know what you're thinking. Maybe it's some deep artistic statement? Nope. It's the absolute definition of boredom wrapped in yellow plastic. I sat there, staring at the screen, my eyes slowly glazing over, waiting for anything to happen. Homer took slow sips. Marge stared blankly. Bart and Lisa said absolutely nothing of substance. Even Maggie was just chewing on her pacifier like she was bored out of her tiny mind. 20 minutes of this, just simmering in coffee-drinking silence, and I was ready to tear my hair out. Desperate for some clue to save me from this torture, I hit pause and zoomed in on the background, because there had to be some secret Easter egg, some hidden message buried in this pointless nightmare. What I found? It made me want to scream. There, hanging crooked on the wall, was a picture of George W. Bush smiling that same smug, "I just got away with it" grin. It looked like the show was throwing shade or worse, slipping in some weird political conspiracy nonsense right under our noses. Next to it, barely visible but unmistakable, were Masonic symbols, those creepy secret society signs, like from some Illuminati fanfic. It was like the episode was a coded message or some bizarre occult ritual, not a family cartoon. Then there was the clock, reading exactly 3:30. Maybe that sounds innocent, but in every conspiracy theory ever, 3:30 is tied to secret rituals, mind control, and other dark nonsense. This wasn't a coincidence. It was some sick joke. And if that wasn't enough to make me want to burn my eyeballs out, there were some shorts hanging off a chair in the background. But these weren't just any shorts, they looked half-eaten. Yeah, half-eaten. Like some grotesque metaphor for how the show's quality got chewed up and spat out by lazy writers in the passage of time. Just when I thought the nightmare was over, Troy McClure himself walks into the frame. But the voice? Holy hell. It wasn't just Troy McClure. It sounded exactly like Phil Hartman. For those who don't know, Phil Hartman was the legendary voice actor who brought Troy McClure to life, and who's been dead for decades. The voice was so disturbingly perfect, it was like he'd been resurrected from beyond the grave just to deliver this apology. Sorry folks, this episode's animation was cut down due to budget constraints. Yeah, like that makes it any less insulting. It was a cheap, lazy excuse for a cartoon so half-assed that even their tribute to a dead actor felt like a cash grab. And then, to top off this sick, lazy mess, Marge stands up wearing diapers and just starts shooting. She mows down every single one of them. Homer, Bart, Lisa, Maggie, Troy McClure, even that eerie Phil Hartman voice hanging in the air. Cartoon blood splattered everywhere. The family, torn apart by their own mother in some bizarre, diaper-wearing rampage of insanity. I sat there, fuming, my heart pounding, screaming at the screen, because this was no lost episode. This was an insult. A slap in the face to fans who'd invested years loving this family. If you ever find this episode, do yourself a favor. Don't watch it, burn it. Bury it deep in the desert. Wipe it from your memory. Because it's not a Simpsons episode. It's a lazy, conspiracy-filled nightmare with a bloody, diaper-clad finale that'll haunt you long after the screen goes black.